Number one, I always go down first, no matter what month it is, because I'm a gentleman and an ally.
You are a gentleman and who? See, and right here is the problem. Did you see that? I'm a gentleman and an ally. Go, just for context, go and watch the video first. He's talking about in this house, it's Black History Month. It's not just Black History Month, it's Black History Year, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we get that. Okay. All fun and games, yeah? But the fact that he describes himself as an ally shows me that he has not done the necessary reflection and decolonization of his own whiteness. Because I don't know how to tell you, but Black History Month is not for us, babe. And your proximity to Blackness, by having a Black spouse or Black children or whatever, does not change that. And you labeling yourself an ally doesn't change that either. So Black history in your household should be about the soul empowerment of the Black people in your household, not your white ass. But yeah, we know that we've collectively always made everything about ourselves, right? And that's the same thing you did here. Now I need to preference this. I don't fucking know how ironic or how jokingly he meant that. I don't know. I don't know him. I've never seen him before. I just had him on my For You and I was like, what the fuck? So that being said, if it's just a joke, it's still not fucking funny though, because they're actual white people that call themselves allies. And I think that they are actual allies just because they've gone to a BLM demonstration back in summer 2020 and put BLM in their fucking Instagram bios. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that he's one of them though. I'm just saying, based on the sentence, there could be a probability that he is. That's what I said. However, I've made a whole ass video about this on my YouTube. I've spoken about this 10 gazillion times. We cannot be allies. I don't know why we are so fucking obsessed with having titles by a system that by default makes us complicit to oppression. That by default makes us enablers, bystanders, that by default gives us privileges that we did not ask for and that we cannot just decline. You cannot just at one moment in your moment in your life be like, hey, hi, sorry, I'm done with my white privilege. Could you take it back, please? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I've gotten to a point where that's not fucking possible, you dumbasses. So therefore, in a system that automatically, once you look a certain way, gives you a better treatment just because of the way you look, and then excusez-moi, and then on top of that, being a blonde, blue-eyed white man, the human definition of white privilege, in February, on this app calling himself an ally, I want to gag. It never fucking ceases to amaze me. Like, how fucking ignorant can y'all be? Then you are just this close from I'm not racist, my spouse is Black. When you call yourself an ally, I don't see color. The funny thing is, maybe you might even be defending how, oh my God, that's so racist. That's so invalidating. Yeah, so is calling yourself a fucking ally in a system that you are by default complicit to. We all are. So sometimes I have this, because there was a conversation I had, okay? And we need to differentiate. There are two types of situations. If a Black person comes up and is like, wow, you are an ally to me, that's on them. I will still, with all due respect and love of my heart, I will appreciate you from the bottom of my soul. However, I will still tell you that I do not want to be referenced like this too, because I am not that. I am not an ally, okay? If you want to maintain that because it makes you happy, I have no place, no power whatsoever to take that from you. Because you are the one feeling the oppression, and you are the one knowing or feeling the impact my words could have or my actions could have for you. So if you think I'm an ally, that's fine. That's on you. No issues about that. And then, of course, we have those ones that be calling themselves allies. And from my conversations, in 9 out of 10 cases, if I tell them, you know that you are just as racist I am just as racist. We are all just as racist as the people that are wearing the white hoods, right? Systemically, there's no difference between them and you, them and me, them and us. There is no good white person, bad white person, non-racist white person, racist white person. In my opinion, that does not exist because systemically, by default, we are all given the same privileges that all come from the same oppression, that all come from the same enslavement and exploitation of Black people, Indigenous people, and people of color. So if we can agree that we are systemically all the same and that it's a personal choice and it's a fucking privilege to be able or to be in a position where you are like, man, there is so much wrong in this world. One, that always falls back on Black labor. Let's be fucking for real. That's the labor of Black people when you open that white ass mouth of ours, okay? So it's not as if we magically, mysteriously woke up one morning and we are like, oh, that's racism. Oh yeah, that's why that's why it's a problem. No. Black people did that, okay? Particularly Black women did that. So don't be sitting up here with your finger up your ass telling the world how you're an ally. And I get that we so desperately want to differentiate ourselves from the bad ones, because we do not want to be bad. We do not want to be racist. But we forget that distancing ourselves from our whiteness is part of the problem. Because once you distance yourself from the whiteness, you distance yourself from the privilege, you invalidate the relationships and the living realities of other people, non-white people. And that's not right. Because once you leave your house, you are a cracker and you'll be treated as such. When I leave my house, even with my Black family members, I will still be the one to have the lesser problems. I will still be the one. I have been complimented for adopting Black kids. That came from my belly. Okay. So white people on a global scale cannot be allies in a system that we are by default complicit to. And just for the fucking record, the barest minimum after 600 years of white silence is making fucking TikToks with label that Black people put into you, spreading the word Black people taught you, repeating the sentences Black people taught you. That's the bare minimum. That's not allyship, okay? To be very frank and very exact and very honest with you, at this point in history, there is no more justice. That's my opinion though. There's no more justice. There is no more allyship. There is only responsibility, historical responsibility, and collective guilt. And there's a shitload of 600 years of collective guilt on our shoulders. And it's your choice. Do you want it there or not? Even if you don't want it there, it will still be there because of the system. That's not our fault, I get that. But if you don't use your whiteness the right way, you will always be complicit. And we will never get to a point where we cannot be not fully racist. That's not possible as a white person. It's not. We are all socialized to be inherently racist. And we will work from the day we realize it till the day we die to get rid of that racism mentally. Get rid of the stereotypes, the language, the discrimination that our skin color means for other people. And as much as that's not our fault, it still is our responsibility to deconstruct. It's still our responsibility to educate other white people. It's still our responsibility to leave Black people the fuck alone. That doesn't make you an ally. That makes you a decent human being, standing up for what's obviously right, and that on top of that gave you a shitload of privilege is not allyship. That's decent humanity. Y'all need to change the narrative, because calling yourself an ally is really, really not cute. It's really not cute. That's like saying, hi, I know I'm white, but I'm one of the good ones, you can trust me. If I was abused all my life and my family lineage was abused all my life, I will stay the fuck away from people that look like us. I will not even take a fucking cracker from you for free if you look like us. So Black people being suspicious of us is a historical consequence of our own action. I'm just saying, deal with that. We need to deal with that, and we need to prove that they can trust us. And even at that, systemically, they will still never be safe. That's on that.